My students live all throughout the state of Ohio, everywhere, and they are homeschooled kids that work with our online education program, and I teach them. We have 2 classes a week, 45 minutes, and it's tutoring and math to help them build up to their grade level skills.
One thing I really like about the Wimba system is I can actually record the classes. So the students that either have a doctor's appointment, something else going on, they can still feel like they're part of, and they really feel like they really still know what's going on. Not that they're just going to miss an hour, and then because I deal with math, everything seems to build on each other.
I think Wimba is user-friendly. I mean, there's tools on there that the students can use very, very easily. For instance, I have some kids that have fine motor skill problems. So to write on the board with a mouse or the pad on the laptop is very difficult for them. So Wimba has a text box tool where they can click on that and instead they can type on the screen. So it helps them feel like they can participate in class a lot easier than, oh my gosh, if I make a 6 on the board and it's backwards, everybody's gonna laugh at me kind of thing.
My first year here, my buddy and I went online and figured out how to make a Jeopardy board on PowerPoint so that if the kid's sitting there and it's in slideshow mode, you just sort of click through and it kind of actually looks like a Jeopardy board. They love to play Jeopardy, and when they get into it and they get competitive.
I can open up the microphones where the kids can actually read slides off, interact with each other, whether it's just give shout outs to each other. We also have the tool where it's the whiteboard, which is a PowerPoint slide, and the kids can actually write on it as if it was an actual chalkboard. So that way it's not just me teaching like I'm a robot, but they can actually do it themselves, and they feel like they're really part of our school.
I think I have 260 some kids total. Only, unfortunately for me, only about 35 to 40% come to Wimba and have live learning with me. But without fail, those are my top 35 to 40%, and I don't think that's a coincidence.
In just the response that students give to me and the amount of kids that actually participate, that has increased. And if they participate, then they're actively involved in the class. If they just sit there, then they're really not absorbing all the information. They're not actively participating and writing answers on the board. So it has gone up since using Wimba, where the kids, if they get to write on the board, maybe they'll choose the purple pen this time instead of like Johnny who used the green pen. I'm going to use purple this time. So it is kind of fun for them, especially for my kids because they're little. So, they like all those cool things.
I have office hours that the parents can come in the Wimba and just say, if they have a question or a concern, they can bring it to me there. And then parents are always welcome when I teach the class to sit in the Wimba with their students. So if there's something that I go over that their student's struggling with, they can call me and say, I'll schedule like a private tutoring session with the student, and they'll come in the Wimba and we'll just go through things.
Well, and the kids now, we can all talk at the same time. So if I open up everybody's microphone, we can all talk at the same time. They can all write on the board at the same time. So if I have a list of problems on the board for different math facts, say we're studying addition, double-digit addition, instead of just having one student go at a time, I can say, hey Johnny, you're going to do this problem. I write his name beside it. Susie, you're going to do this problem. Go. And we all go at the same time, and then when we're done, we go over the problems together. So I get to see what they can do individually, and then they can tell me their answers too in the text chat.
It's amazing from September to now seeing these kids, and I was actually able to go on a DC trip last week where I was able to see these kids in person. They talk about, remember that cool picture Mr. Martin put up in class? Remember Andrew likes this. The kids actually still remember likes and dislikes of other students, and that actually started their friendship process, and now I think due to Wimba, they'll be able to become friends for a lifetime.